Tonight, somewhere in the world, someone is about to bite into a chili pepper. Within seconds, their mouth will feel like it's on fire. Their eyes will water. Their face will turn red. And yet, instead of throwing it away forever, they'll probably take another bite. That seems completely irrational. Pain is supposed to stop you from doing something, not encourage you to do it again. So why did humans become one of the only species on Earth that willingly eats food designed to hurt? The answer begins thousands of years ago, with one of the strangest meals in human history. Imagine you're one of the first humans to ever come across a wild chili pepper. You don't know what it is. It isn't part of your tribe's diet. There are no recipes, no traditions, and no one to warn you about what will happen next. You pick the bright red fruit from the plant. It looks harmless, maybe even sweet. You take a bite. Within moments, your mouth explodes with pain. Your tongue burns. Your lips sting. Your body tells you that you've made a terrible mistake. Every instinct you've evolved over millions of years screams the same message. Stop eating. Normally, that's exactly what would happen. Humans quickly learn to avoid things that hurt them. Touch fire once, and you become much more careful the next time. Eat a poisonous berry, and if you survive, you probably never touch it again. So by all logic, chili peppers should have disappeared from the human diet almost as quickly as they entered it. But something unexpected happened. Some people came back for a second bite, then a third. Eventually, entire communities began adding chili peppers to almost every meal they cooked. Why? To answer that question, you first need to understand that chili peppers were never trying to feed humans in the first place. Like every plant, wild peppers evolved to protect themselves. Unable to run away from hungry animals, they developed chemical defenses instead. Their most powerful weapon was a molecule called capsaicin. Capsaicin doesn't actually burn your mouth. Instead, it tricks your nervous system into believing it is being burned. Inside your mouth are tiny heat sensors called TRPV1 receptors. Their job is simple. If something becomes hot enough to damage your body, they send an emergency signal to your brain. Capsaicin activates those exact same receptors. Your brain receives the alarm. Something is burning. Except nothing actually is. It's one of nature's cleverest tricks. But if peppers evolved this chemical to stop mammals from eating them, why do they exist at all? Because humans weren't the target. Birds can eat chili peppers without feeling the burn. Unlike mammals, they don't react to capsaicin in the same way. Even better for the plant, birds swallow the seeds whole before flying away and spreading them across huge distances. Mammals usually chew the seeds, destroying many of them before they ever have a chance to grow. From the pepper's point of view, humans were supposed to stay away. Instead, our ancestors ignored the warning. But they still needed a reason. One of the strongest scientific theories has nothing to do with flavor. It has to do with survival. Thousands of years ago, there were no refrigerators. Fresh meat spoiled quickly, especially in warm climates. Harmful bacteria multiplied rapidly, turning an ordinary meal into something potentially deadly. Many spices, including chili peppers, contain natural antimicrobial compounds that slow the growth of certain bacteria and fungi. Without understanding microbiology, ancient people may have noticed something important. Food prepared with spices often stayed edible for longer. People who regularly seasoned their meals may have become sick less often than those who didn't. Generation after generation, that knowledge spread, not because people understood the chemistry, because they understood the results. Researchers have found that traditional cuisines from hotter parts of the world tend to use significantly more spices than those from colder climates. The pattern is so consistent that many scientists believe spices became an invisible defense against foodborne illness long before humans knew bacteria even existed. But survival wasn't the only reward. Something else happened every time someone ate a spicy meal. After the initial pain, the brain responded by releasing endorphins, natural chemicals that reduce pain and create feelings of pleasure. It's the same reason some people enjoy intense exercise or riding roller coasters. Your brain experiences a controlled form of danger, then rewards you for surviving it. Over time, what began as an unpleasant experience became something people actually looked forward to. As farming spread, humans began cultivating chili peppers instead of simply gathering them in the wild. Different varieties appeared. Some became milder, others became incredibly hot. Trade routes carried peppers across continents, where they transformed cuisines forever. Within just a few thousand years, foods that once seemed painfully strange became symbols of entire cultures. Today, billions of people couldn't imagine their favorite meals without a little heat. The strange part is that every spicy meal still triggers the exact same ancient alarm inside your brain. Your nervous system still believes your mouth is burning. Your body still prepares for danger. The only difference is that, thousands of years after the very first human took that painful bite, you've already learned what they eventually discovered. Sometimes, the things that seem dangerous at first become the traditions that last the longest.